Beautiful day.
Always a beautiful day.
Well, there's no weather in space.
Wish there were.
What do you want, the meteor shower? You're the only person I know who's lost the novelty of being in space.
The novelty of being in space wears off after a couple of weeks of sitting on my butt, picking my nose. There's nothing to do here except for these stupid experiments.
Well, it's what the mission called for. You signed up for it, didn't you?
I guess.
What is that?
What is what?
Are those bottles of beer floating in space?
Is that scientifically possible?
We should bring them in.
You can't be serious. You can't have beer in space.
And yet, here we are. Activate the claw, Sarah.
I wish you wouldn't call it that. This isn't an art. Sarah, the claw. Here's your stupid beer.
And you complained about sitting around and picking your nose. This is exciting, isn't it?
Well, it's certainly bizarre.
Oh, lighten up. Bottoms up.
You can't have beer in space! I think it is indicative of our yeast-glugging culture that after a whole month in space, all we have found are a couple of bottles of beer. It's disgusting. And you should know that.
Fine! We won't drink the beer. Let's get to work.
It's just... The beer just reminds me that we in this entire spaceship have done nothing of significance ever.
We took John Glenn at age 77 into space.
He was an old and decrepit old man who was reliving his glorious past.
We launched pieces of the Hubble Space Telescope.
A launch that was a mere accessory to the real action.
What about which shuttle commands a laser with enough firepower to completely disembowel any country that messes with us?
That was a completely unnecessary and morally questionable feature installed during the height of the scare of the Cold War. Even a hint that we were going to fire that would set off World War III.
It could help, you never know.
The chances are very slim. What would happen if we set it off?
In the extremely unlikely event that that would happen, we would sit here and enjoy the fireworks.
You're an idiot, Kelly. Look, we're on the space shuttle Discovery, right? And what have we discovered? Nothing. Have we landed on the moon? Have we landed on Mars? Have we traveled through wormholes?
Well, what do you think this is, Star Trek? I mean, it's not going to be sunshine and daisies all the time.
Admit it, Kelly. You see it too. When John Glenn came up here, what did we do? We did experiments on aging. Oh boy.
Aging happens to all of us, Sarah. It's a very important thing.
My point is, we're in space, and we've done nothing that's spectacular.
What do you need to happen? We're in space. The final frontier.
You know what else used to be the final frontier? Alaska.
A still wild and frontier state.
What did we get from exploring that final frontier? Nothing. Nothing other than salmon.
Damn it! Sarah, I love salmon. Facts about space just to tear them down? I mean, we discovered beer in space. That's pretty cool.
What is with you and the beer?
Just think it would loosen you up.
You know, you are the reason that we never get anything done around here. You and the rest of you, complacent, beer-chugging, salmon-eating slobs. What would Dad think?
That's a good question, Sarah. What would Dad think? Or have you forgotten?
No. Stop. Don't put the blame of that on me, okay? Don't you dare blame me.
There's no blame. I'm completely at peace. I'm just returning your question.
It wasn't my fault. It wasn't anyone's fault. If anything, it was your fault.
Oh, my fault. I had nothing to do with it.
Yeah, you know what? You're right. You had nothing to do with Dad's death. Absolutely nothing. Less than nothing, in fact.
You know what your problem is? You know why you're so unhappy? Because you overthink things. You analyze things. You find meaning in everything. I mean, everything. You managed to turn beer in space into some sort of melancholy trip about Dad. Who does that?
I'm a thinking woman. Astronauts are supposed to think.
And I am a happy woman.
So you're saying I shouldn't think?
Don't put words in my mouth.
Why would I ever want to go in there? I know you don't floss.
All you're doing is looking for depression, and surprise, you're finding it. We're floating in a tin can in a vacuum. What did you think you were going to find when you started analyzing a vacuum?
I was thinking that it wouldn't suck!
Oh.
I was a mediocre child.
Oh, now you're trying to justify yourself with backstory?
I just wanted to be special, you know?
Don't you look to your childhood for some sort of special philosophical answer. It was my childhood too. Don't pretend I didn't see everything you saw.
You know, I can remember ever since we were little girls, it was no.
Sarah, no more soul searching.
Dad always liked you better than me.
So, you're going there.
I told you, Dad, June 22nd.
Mother and I are so proud of you. It'll be lonely here without you. You know, if you need anything, you just have to ask.
Well, it'll be kind of hard to call from space, Dad, but Sarah will be around.
Well, that'll stick in the mud. Well, no, she ain't gonna amount to anything.
I'm sitting right here, Dad.
Right. How could I miss you? You know, you should take a leaf from your older sister, Sarah. She's an astronaut. Astronaut with
With NASA, Dad, with NASA. And she's not my older sister, I'm actually
Right, NASA. And what are you doing with your life right now? You're some kind of mechanic?
Actually, Dad.
Dad, I'm an engineer. I build those rockets that take your precious daughter up into space.
A mechanic.
And somehow, inexplicably, you switched fields and became an astronaut to please Dad. It was really quite amazing.
And it still wasn't good enough.
So Dad liked me better. Big deal. I mean, never was really right in the head.
Then you should have known better than to run away when he needed you the most.
Run away? I had a job to do, in case you didn't know. I'm an astronaut. I had to go into space.
You left for longer and longer periods of time, each time, leaving me alone to deal with our crotchety old father.
I just knew there was nothing I could do or nothing I could have done. So I absorbed myself in my work. Big deal. Besides, you wanted to work for Dad's love, didn't you? I wanted to move on, and you wanted to work.
He asked about you every day. Every single day. He was distraught. He was broken, and you just abandoned him.
So I let you be the hero.
Except I was never the hero, Kelly. It wasn't me that he wanted to comfort him. It was you. All I could do was hang out and grit my teeth and watch him sink into this lump of alcoholic depression because of what—
No, Sarah! You're not going to use Mom as leverage against me. Stop using this family drama can of worms on me. I've heard it 100 times.
But it's true! Everything has a reason. Everything's connected.
Dad always liked to drink. You can't blame my leaving for his falling apart after Mom's death.
But I can. Dad loved you. Everything you did was just fine and dandy. Okay? You had everything handed to you on a silver platter. You never had to worry about anything. You never had to think. But I had to worry. I had to think. So I thought, and I saw. I saw everything that you deliberately shut your eyes to. I sat and I watched and I saw Dad's decline. I saw it, and then—
Yay! How's my favorite girl? How are the stars, my girl?
Love of God. Dad, I'm not Kelly. I'm Sarah. Your other daughter?
No, lousy Sarah would never come visit me. Stop it, Kelly, you joker. How have you been?
No, really? Dad, it's Sarah. Lousy Sarah. Kelly's not here.
Fine, Sarah. Where's Kelly?
Told you, Dad. Kelly's an astronaut. She's up in space.
You do well in following your sister's footsteps. Kelly's going places. She's not gonna go out quiet with that, Kelly. Kelly's gonna go out with a bang.
You know, I'm an astronaut too, Dad.
Well, dud of an astronaut if you ask me. Why aren't you in space like Kelly?
Because I'm taking care of you.
Like hell you are. I want to see Kelly. Kelly's never disappoint me.
I don't understand why I was never good enough for you.
Kelly is a great woman. Kelly is going places. Your mother and I were so proud of her. But you ain't done nothing of substance in your whole life. You done nothing.
You know what, Dad? You know what? You miss Kelly so badly, you want to hang out with Kelly so much? Well, why don't you just drink this until you're drunk enough to be joining her up in space? You miserable, fat, old loser!
Gladly.
And ever since, you've been trying to make it up to his memory. He's just a memory, Sarah, one that will never change because you won't let it.
I just wanted to make him proud of me, you know? So I did everything I could. I went up into space with you. I went on as many missions with you. I did everything that I could, you know, to be great, to be spectacular, to go out with a bang.
Maybe you should have joined Columbia. What, too soon? You know what? Maybe you should be more like baby. Loosen up. Geez, Sarah. Let it go. I have.
It's easy for you to say. I did everything I could to make him proud, but you were always standing in my way. It's always, Kelly's going to do this, and Kelly's going to go do that. I could never make him proud because he was always comparing me to you. I hate you. I hate you, and I hate this stupid job, and I hate this stupid ship, and I hate this stupid life, and I hate this stupid planet just standing there, staring at me, telling me that I'm not good enough, that I'm not enough like you. You. It's always you. I hate you. There's nothing in my life that I can call my own. Nothing that I can appreciate. Nothing that I've ever done.
You have lots to appreciate. They don't make just everyone an astronaut.
I've gone from being nothing on Earth to being nothing in space. Everything sucks.
You know what? Look. Just look. Is it beautiful?
I feel like I'm always just looking at it.
Is it beautiful?
It's always there, just looking at me, just being there, just like you, actually.
There you go again.
You know, it's like a big blue pimple. A big blue pimple. That's not quite as big of a pimple as Jupiter, and not as hot of a pimple as Venus, and not quite as pathetic of a pimple as Pluto, because Pluto's not really a planet anymore. But a pimple, a big blue pimple that is just right, that is smack dab in the Goldilocks region of the solar system, gloating in its zit-infested 3 bowls of porridge, and its 3 beds, and its 3 bears. Goldilocks, Kelly. What is so special about Goldilocks? She was named after her hair, Kelly. Goldilocks was
look at me, look at my nose, now look out there. Do you see the difference?
Yes.
Is it beautiful?
Yeah.
Will it always be beautiful?
Not if we don't stop polluting.
Sarah?
Yeah.
Here, relax. Have a beer.
No, not that again.
That's what Dad would have done.
Fine.
Ellie, what'd you do?
The morally questionable World War III laser.
Oh my God.
Finish your beer.
Kelly! What did you do? Oh my God! What are we gonna do?
Well, pretty soon there won't be anybody left to discipline us. Everything is gone. We can let everything go now. Everything.
Kelly. What? Are you just gonna stand there? What are we gonna do?
Isn't this what you wanted? Isn't this what Dad wanted? To go out with a bang?
Kelly, we have to do something. What are we gonna do?
I'm going to enjoy fireworks.
You're crazy. Oh my God, you're absolutely crazy. You know, Dad always did like the 4th of July.
This is